Good morning, traders. Good morning, good morning. How are we all doing today? Welcome to another live stream recording session. Yes, markets are open. They opened about 8 seconds ago. No, about a minute ago. Wow, time flies when you're having fun. Definitely. Oh, let me clean my glasses off here. Now we are up about $10 or $11, so not too bad today. It's weird when you start progressing through your account, going from a small account, couple $100, to when you get your first $1,000 milestone, to when you start trading over, with over $2,000, $3,000. The difference in how much money you can potentially make, and also how much money you can potentially lose, going from, $1 days, $2 days in profit, to $10 days in profit, to $20 to $40 a day in profit, to now we're making closer to, $60, $80, $100. We've had a couple $100 days last week. And it's all amazing. It's all amazing how fast it can all compound and grow. So, yeah, I don't know. I felt obligated to tell you that. So, yeah, so we did. AMD still trading sideways here, still consolidating. We're gonna see what happens with their earnings report. I believe on 7:30. It should be today if they didn't already have it. Estimated earnings per share is 20 cents. So we'll see. We will see here. Now, if it does bounce off of this and start rising, then we'll definitely be more in the money than just specifically $1. Same with Amazon, starting to finally trail up from those lows of 179 and 180, starting to slowly go up, which is just great for us. We're up about $2 on our one position, about $185. And what's cool too with other money is like when you only have like $100, you're limited to maybe only buying one share. Chipotle is $50, so you're lucky to buy 2 shares of Chipotle. And as that starts to go up, it's very nice to see how many more you can buy, right? With $1,000, you could buy, 20 of these shares. And you could actually really start compounding your gains and your potential overall compounding effect of your portfolio. So it's very nice to be able to trade something else other than just, Mara specifically. Here we are, we have Mara. It is testing that support level as well, around $20.50, $20 and between $20 and $20.60. That seems to be where it's kind of fluctuating at right now. Now, if it pushes up, that's great. I do call these out on our Discord under trading ideas. I could actually show you guys that real quick, kind of show you what it looks like when you join our Discord, which is the second link below. Is it the second or the third? The second or third link below, where you get access to a private invitation where you can check out our Discord group here. Now we do have well over 100 members now in the Discord and over 70,000 members in our Investing for Beginners community. So I show you guys my trade ideas. Yesterday, the day before, we're calling out, areas of support, areas of resistance. Tesla testing out its EMA line there. Huge pullback from Tesla in aftermarket hours, talking about Tesla's earnings per share, which was 52, forecast was 61, so they did not quite beat that. Talked about Mara crossing over the EMA, crossed over the MA, signaling a possible reversal. And then we talk about, yesterday we talked about Tesla again, Chipotle Mexican Grill. We even talked about Mara. And then I showed you guys my profits for yesterday, about $68, which was 3%, very nice. And then we were showing support between 2040 and 2050 yesterday on Mara. So very great to see. If you guys want to check out that, obviously I can't go live every single day. Or I'm sorry, all day, right? I go live for 30 minutes to an hour at the beginning when the market first opens. Oh, look, we just hit $20, $22 on the open. But at the same time, I can't go live all day long, so when I do finally get off of the live stream, you can keep up to date with all my trade ideas, strategies, call outs, etc. by simply joining the Discord. It's also where you can direct message me. That's where I spend a lot of my time. So if you want to, you know, talk with me, ask me questions, get involved with other like-minded individuals, you totally can there at the Discord server, right? All right. So Mara pushing up very nicely. Nice little green candle to start the day out. NVIDIA not doing much. It's staying a little bit stale here in its consolidation area. Still plenty of area for me to possibly buy. It looks like there's some strong resistance in that first level there. So that's important to know. A lot of crazy lines going on, but hopefully this will start to trail up. We are about to hit $25 on the day, which is just fantastic. NVIDIA did not do what we thought it was going to do, which was go up and then come back down. It just seems to be kind of consolidating in like a downward fashion in a way, like consolidating but still finding lows. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's consolidating too much right now. Now, if it does bounce off of anywhere in these levels and gets to highs of where it previously was, that's a 30% profit, so not too bad. 30% on $1,000 would be 300 bucks. 300 bucks. Good morning. Off to Books Lifestyle, showing some green money, some green money symbol smiley faces. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. How are we all doing today? How do you feel about CrowdStrike? Well, I have been watching CrowdStrike since their official news when airlines were being grounded and all that stuff first happened due to a software update. Now, it looks like it actually went a little bit lower than where I thought the support level was going to go. So it's still making lower lows. Let's pay attention to that, okay? It's making lower lows, which means it has not found its support yet. Now, if support was here at, 252 to 259, great. But now it's all the way, and now it's dropped even more to 240, 242. So that's not necessarily a level I want to see when I invest, right? I want to start seeing this kind of consolidate, and I can show you that here with my polyline. We want to see this consolidate, maybe go up, down, and then possibly break up, right? That's what we want to see. We want to see this shoot to the moon. Will it? Doesn't mean it has to. Could it? Yeah, very easily. Can go up, 8%, it looks like. That's not right. That's not right. 8% is not right. Let me move this. You're looking at more like 50% return. Right, a 50% return. Now, it may just go up, down, and then finally break. It could also go down even lower, so be aware of that, okay? Good morning, Xzis. Good morning, Off to Books Money Lifestyle. Good morning, StarCraft 2 replays, strategies, and more. Good morning, Tina Foster. How are we all doing today? Good morning, good morning. We just hit, we are going between $20 and like $18 right now. We were up as high as $25 a moment ago. But hey, 1 or 2% a day keeps the bills away if you have a little bit of a larger account, obviously. I mean, $20 ain't going to pay much, but it is a good start for any new investor out there who is wanting to get experience while learning to grow their small account, right? I mean, you have $1,000, you're already ahead of 90% of the world. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't even have $1,000. Or $10,000, or whatever your number is that you have in your accounts. Just know that, just be grateful, be blessed, be humble. The fact that you are able to trade today in the beautiful world we live in today, you're able to trade stocks and make some money simply from the internet. Just passed over $30, over $30 today. What are we looking at here? I just say it's probably mostly Mara. Amazon, not too bad. Almost have $200 in Amazon. 100 in Chipotle Mexican Grill. Mara up $30 today. So a lot of it is going to be Mara. It is getting a nice push today. I feel like the bottom was a great support level. This 2050, it's been consolidating in this 2050 range all night long since yesterday's close here. So if we look at it from a 1 hour standpoint, check this out. Check this out. A lot of consolidation in this little area here, right? But then there's also a lot of consolidation in this area here, which is exactly right where we wanted it to be. Let me delete that, get a trend line going on. And if you guys are ever interested in how to set up your WeBull account or make it look like mine as far as setting up your trading platform or signing up, you can definitely check that out. I have a video called how to set up your WeBull account, right? Simple, straightforward, to the point. And if you're still really new and you don't want to invest real money, there is a simulation account on here. It's called paper trading. You can use this very easily if you want to. I right now don't have any orders, positions, or notes because I trade with real money. But you know, you can even pull up, where is it? Like say we wanted to pull up a, that's not right, that's not right. We're going to pull up, do I click on this? What do I click on? How do I bring up new widgets? Oh, right here, new layout. No, not new layout. A new add widget right here. You can bring up the, wow. Paper account details. Okay, right here. So paper account details, you can look up, you know, so you can start with whatever you want. If you want to start with $3,000, you can. If you want to start with $10,000, $100,000, I believe you can start as low as even $1,000. And then you can start investing with fake money, right? Say you want to invest with $1,000 here. You can easily do that. So there's a paper trading function on there. All right, Coney. I also bought Coney for the simple fact that Xees, do you believe a recession coming soon? William Cole, PayPal came through. Yeah, PayPal did really well this morning. I was actually going to talk about it later on in a video, but PayPal is really doing rather well here. As far as a recession goes, Xees, I believe we've been in a recession since COVID. Like we haven't really seen any progress toward anything great or grand as far as the economy goes, right? I mean, we've just been in a downward trend for a long time. Like cool stocks are up. They're not crazy down, right? We didn't have a stock market crash, but at the same time, we're having a lot of corrections over the last couple of years, a lot of uncertainty. Recession, sure. I mean, I could easily see a recession. I mean, everyone's broke. Everyone's getting laid off. The money that the people are making to have the jobs isn't enough to cover their bills, which means they're buying less, which means they're doing less, they're spending less, they're getting taxed more, they're using more money for necessities instead of wants, which all affects the economy. It really does. These Fed rates are not helping. So hopefully today, what's today? Tuesday. By tomorrow, we'll see what the FOMC meeting says, and if there's going to be another rate hike, if they're going to start, you know, bringing that rate hike down. It's going to be interesting to see. Very interesting to see, guys. PayPal did come through. Yes, it did very nicely. It had a nice spike up. And now look, it's trading within this channel from lows of 50 to highs of 68. This is where it's kind of been trading for quite some time now, all the way back since December of last year. So, you know, when you say it came through, well, it's came through a few times. From lows of 57 to highs of 68, that was a 17% profit in 21 days. This one right here, from lows of 62 to highs of 70, that was a 14% profit in 11 days. Every time it pulls back, it seems to have a nice push back up, another 12% in 18 days. And most recently here, from 57 up to 64, another 12% profit in 4 days. So it seems to me like it's kind of doing what it always does, right? It sells off, and then it aggressively pushes up. From past patterns, this went up 17%, 14%, 11%, and now 12, almost 13%. So it's doing exactly what it normally would do. Now the question is it going to come back down? How far is it going to come down? How high is it going to go up? Now, I mean, this it can easily go up to that $68 level. Doesn't mean it will, doesn't mean it has to, but it can. It looks like I have some old resistance levels on here, which this just passed the resistance level, so that's nice to see. Let's go to the 4 hour, get rid of some of those bubbles. So a huge push up. I do congratulate anyone who was able to get in within the last couple of days, maybe even last Friday, and was patient enough to be able to make those trades. Now I'd suggest locking in profits as it is starting to sell off. Doesn't mean it has to come all the way down, but it also doesn't mean it has to go all the way up either. So be very aware that in the past it's gone up 12 to 15% and then literally sold off weeks after that to come right back down. A lot of volatility in PayPal. A lot of volatility for sure. You can make some easy money here if you know what you're doing. If this is a company that you're watching and that you understand, you can easily make some money here, okay? Very easily you can make some money. So we're going to take this bit higher. I'll leave that higher resistance level there, as it did break through this resistance. So these will now be supports. Okay. But if you're buying between 57 and 60, you're good. You're good. Even if it comes back down to those $57, $60 levels, you're good. Now, if you could have bought at $52, that would have been great. But it's trading within this channel here. I call it a channel. It's like a, you know, like a channel, like the East India Channel, right? It flows very nicely. When it comes out of this area, it doesn't like it and usually gets whipped right back into the channel, unless there's a huge breakout and there's a new channel that forms, like with Mara or Bitcoin. So PayPal did very nicely today, but look at it. It's hitting previous support. This was support here. It was resistance in this area. It was a support, which did not hold. It broke support. It crashed through resistance, which was here, came back down, crashed through support again. Now, it did have some heavy resistance here, some consolidation right there at that $65 level. And that's exactly where it went today, 65.06, and now it's coming back down. So this is going to be a very heavy resistance. I would consider this overbought now, right? Which means this would be an opportunity to maybe sell and get out of this, especially if you already bought in down in these levels. Now, if you bought up at $65, I would be very cautious, very cautious. You may even want to sell because this can come all the way back down to 61 and you're going to be down $3, $4, $5 per share. Okay, you have 100 shares, you're going to be down $3, $4, $500. So due to past resistance levels, the channel that it's in and where it is currently, this would be a great opportunity to sell your position. Now remember, don't just do anything based off of my opinion. Never sell or never trade off based off of anyone's opinion, including myself. I'll never tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. All I can do is tell you what my opinion is and what I would potentially do. All right, AMD. Now, these are not swing trades or day trades by any means. These are more like a swing trade. I'm trying to swing trade AMD to make, you know, a 20 to 30% profit. Amazon, I'm also trying to swing trade Amazon to get to a very nice level here. Let me see. Let me retrace this back. Boom. To get about a 13% profit. Chipotle, again, if this starts to go up like it's doing, a 41% profit. NVIDIA, potentially a 28% profit. Plug Power, easily another 45% profit. And as you can see, very clear lines. I've identified areas of direction. Now, direction's not quite in my favor yet. That's why I didn't add a lot of money. I have 60 shares, about $144. But with the 3 stages of reversal, you do not buy any during the rejection period. When it starts to consolidate in those areas that you find that would benefit you, those strong buy areas down in support levels, I'll add a little bit. I'll add 0 to 10% of what my position size is going to be. So if I have 60 shares, $140, say that's 10% of a $1,400 position. Well, 10% is nothing. If it starts to go south, I could sell it. If it starts to go up, I could add to it. And as it starts to go up, I will add more and more to it, you know, hopefully getting 600 shares of plug to where it does go up 45% on, you know, say close to $1,500. You're in, what, 450, $600, almost $700 in profit. Okay. Now, doesn't mean it has to, but I'm not being super aggressive. I'm not putting thousands of dollars in it right now at the support level. It's consolidating, which means it's not making lower lows or lower highs or higher lows. It's just kind of trading sideways to the point where hopefully this breaks out and it goes up. But I'm in a good position here. If I were to buy up here at 345, I'd be down. If I bought up at the $5 mark, I would be really screwed. I'd be down 50% of my position and hoping one day it'll go back up. So knowing when you should not buy when it's overbought. Don't buy at those high resistant levels, okay? Wait until it comes back. Be patient. I've been waiting for this to drop since July 16th. July 16th, I've been waiting for this to come down to this area. It's now July 30th. So to have really good trade plans, you have to have a lot of patience. A lot of patience. TQQ, same thing. TQQ could potentially bounce up 30%. So if I have $1,000 in all these companies and it goes up 30%, that's $300 each. Once this starts going up, I'm gonna start adding to this position. This 140 will eventually be 10 shares, you know, around 1,400, and you can make $300, $400, $500 with these swing trades. Now, just something I'm doing, I am also trading, day trading, obviously. I'm day trading Mara today. Mara kind of trading sideways right now, not doing much. But if you would have got in pre-market around this $20, 20, 30 cents level, sold anywhere at this point in this area here, say between 2092 and 2096 at its peak, you would have made a 3% profit. Now, 3% is really good. 3% on $1,000 is 30 bucks. If you're trading with $10,000, that'd be $300. Thank you. My beautiful wife brought me some coffee again this morning. Very good. French vanilla. Love it. I love it, guys. I got this cup from Denny's. For all of you who have been watching my live streams, know that that is where I used to work. People be like, as a dishwasher, as a cook. No, I was actually the general manager for many years. I loved it. I loved it. You ever watch Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay and how he like yells at people and all the chaos and this is wrong. It's like, I wasn't like that, but I watched the show enough to know basically what not to do, how to treat people, but also learned a lot about being humble, knowing not everyone is as fast or quick as other people. We all have our differences, and that's what makes this world so great. We can come together with all of our differences and run a sit-down, fast-paced breakfast restaurant, have 10, 15 people on shift, and we're all working together to make sure we stay employed, right? Bring money into the business. So happy I don't work there anymore, though. So happy. It was a love-hate relationship. It definitely was. Love-hate relationship for sure. If anyone's ever worked in a food industry, whether it is dishwashing, cooking, a server, right? Whether you're a boy or a girl, a man or a woman who is a waiter or waitress, you guys know. You already know. You guys see the movie Waiting? Waiting was a funny movie. It was nothing like that. Nothing like that. I thought it would be in my head when I first started, but it wasn't. So, all right. Big green candle from 2068 to 2088. That was a 20-cent move. 1%. 1%, guys. So there is potential to make money even during 1-minute candles. Now, I have been looking a lot at the 5-minute candles. It is something that I've been practicing more of, watching 5 minutes, as they do tend to have a clearer direction than a 1-minute candle would, right? So this is what I'm talking about here, guys. This is exactly what I'm talking about. 3 stages of reversal for all of you who are with our community. Let me see if I could find it actually. Let me see if I could find the 3 stages of reversal. Do I have it in here? Charts and patterns, maybe? Was it off topic? 3 stages of reversal. I want to say it's in here somewhere. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to find it for you. 3 stages of reversal. I may just have to download it again off the internet. Let's see. I want to say I have a picture of it also. Yes, I do actually have a picture of it. There it is, guys. There it is. I'm going to show this to you, okay? This is exactly what we are talking about. 3 stages of reversal. You have stage 1, which is the rejection period, stage 2, which is a consolidation period, and stage 3, which is the confirmation period. Now, on our website, if you go to www.investingforbeginnerscommunity.com, you go into the Tools tab, you will also see 3 stages of position size, meaning that we take 0 trades here while it's rejecting. We may take a few minor little trades here in the consolidation period where it's starting to show signs of support. There is no clear sign of direction. This can still go up or down, but in the support area, I will literally add, 1 share just to get my foot in the door. I may add 10 shares, 20 shares, 100 shares, but as long as it's not over my 10% total position size. So if you want 100 shares of a company, then I would put about 10 shares in this area. Now, as it starts to go up, these are usually the green lines. See these dotted lines? These are my green lines on the chart, and I can show that to you. These green lines are the dotted lines on the consolidation chart. This is a rejection period, right? As you can see, rejection period, rejection, consolidation across that support level. As you can see across these support levels, this little channel that it's trading in doesn't want to go up or down. It's not making new lows or new highs. It's just trading sideways. And then now, before this red candle here, this is, good confirmation that it's still consolidating. But if it broke above very nicely and it stayed continuing to rise, then this would be an area where I would add more. I'd add another 10 or 20 shares. I'd add another 10 or 20 shares. I'd add another 10 or 20 shares. Before you know it, by the time I'm up here, I'm fully invested 100 shares of my, 100% of my position size, and it goes up. I lock in, anywhere from 10, maybe 8 to 10% profit, because I'm not going to get the whole 13% move, because I started buying down here and started averaging up. So as I'm buying and averaging up, my share price will then start to slowly creep up as well. Although I have more shares, the price will go up. And then I lock in 10% profit because I'm investing in the confirmation period. When you see clear signs of direction is in your favor, you understand previous patterns, you identify key levels like support and resistance, and the opportunity cost all makes sense to you, then and only then will you take a trade. Okay? Now, confirmation is confirmation of the reversal. That's why we call it confirmation. It's confirming that our idea for this to reverse is true. Higher highs are being made, higher lows are being made, and the support is confirmed. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little breakthrough or walkthrough. That is like a mental picture in my head. I can see it in my head when I look at stocks. Clear signs of rejection, consolidation, and hopefully confirmation. But it looks like this rejection period is going to go on a little longer as Bitcoin has pushed back to that previous support level, which means this support level was not validated at 2068. It's continuing to sell off. Now it can go down as low as 2029, 2040, and obviously it can go back to like $19 or $18. But the main point is that this was not validated. Now, if it broke off of this area here, say it went down, it bounced off of this level, and then it started making its way back up, then you can see clearly that this is still a confirmation period. or an area of buy opportunity. So right now, Mara is just teasing us a little bit due to the fact that Bitcoin is still selling off, not aggressively, but it is coming back down. Now it may hit this trend line level very easily, you know, may come down another point or two, another 2 to 3% before it finally may even bounce back up and get a little bit away from this again, 10% or so, and then come back down. Like that seems to be what it's been doing lately, right? Going up, going down, going up, going down, and just kind of trailing like this. Now what's going to happen is when we get to this little wedge, what's it going to do? It's either going to break above or it's going to break below. And when that happens, we can see a nice breakout, or we can easily see a rejection, okay? It's going to take a little bit of time before we see that happen. It's not going to happen in one day. It is not going to happen in one day, guys. Okay, so I'm very excited to see what happens as this continues to go up the trend line. Does it stay within this area? Does it break the trend line and come back down? Only time will tell. I'm very excited to see what happens with Bitcoin Cash. Now onto Bitcoin real quick. Where's my Bitcoin at? I hate that these are always constantly moving. Let's go by default name. Could have swore that's exactly what I did. Default name. Where's my Bitcoin at? Where's my Bitcoin? I guess I don't have it in here. Right here. So now Bitcoin broke its trend line. It's no longer an effective trend line. It can be, right? This broke and then went below and it went above the trend line. But right now it's selling off from those highs of 70,000 back down to these lows again. Where can we see some support? Maybe 65.5. That could be a common support level right there. 65.7, 65, maybe 65 or 66. Maybe 66 is a good support. We're almost there. And we went from being up $30 to down now $6 or $7. So very interesting to see. Now as far as oversold, let's take a look real quick. If you guys have any questions, any companies want me to break down for you, definitely do so now. I would love to break down a couple of stocks for you guys, as we have been live for about 30 minutes. LDEN looking oversold. TSLL looking oversold, but has a pullback, so it could get cheaper. SOXL just trading sideways. There's that consolidation period, so we're waiting for that break above to add shares. I got my alert set at 45.95. If it breaks that area, we are going to be investing. NVIDIA selling off, so not looking very good. It did not hold that. Oh, it's holding the secondary support very well. This will now become a resistance, but it's holding at 108, 108, 107.85. That seems to be kind of where its support level is. Maybe it'll get cheaper though. Just like with Intel, it was trading in this channel for months. For months, it was trading between 29 and 31. Had a nice breakout to 37. And it's now just coming right back down to trade in this channel. I could easily see this coming down and then just kind of trading like this for a while. Maybe we'll get a break above a little bit up here and it'll come back down, and then maybe we'll see another nice break. So that's my trading plan. They're getting a little more complex. Tesla. Now, this was the area where I thought would be interesting for Tesla, because the 180-day moving average, or the green line, acts as a nice support. So I brought this line here as a support line to kind of mimic where that one's going. And then I brought this one here to show downward trend. Now, it was trading within this wedge. It broke out of the wedge, and probably a lot of people thought this was going to be very bullish. And it actually is now selling off, going back. It's basically trailing off of this trend line. So if it goes down to this trend line here, right, down to this level, that's another 3%, but we can possibly see it bounce. And if it does bounce around, you know, this Friday, Monday level, you can see it go up 20% or so on Tesla. TLRY, off the books money lifestyle. He wants me to check that one out. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. TLRY. And thanks for watching the live stream, guys. Every week we get new members, more and more. Tina's been with us for quite some time now. So I'd say she has seniority. Just kidding. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm glad that you find value in exactly what I'm doing here. Thank you. It looks like I've watched this company in the past. I wish this would show you like history. Like, when did you last place this support level, right? I think that'd be a cool idea, because I've been watching Tilray brands for quite some time. Now, how long, I couldn't tell you, but I obviously drew these support and resistance levels in an area that made sense to me. You know, possibly this area here. But since then, it's had new support levels and new resistance levels. So I would say this would be a strong resistance, right? As you can see clearly, it's had some resistance in these levels, and it's starting to have resistance right there now. It's had some nice support levels, literally at $1.60. You can clearly see that at $1.60. $1.50 was its low, had a little breakout, but $1.60 seems to be right where it touches most of the time. Okay, very clear here, guys. Now there is some heavy resistance at $2 and about 9 cents, $2.08. There's also some resistance right here. You guys see that? We have support, resistance, support, resistance. Okay. Now, based off of the 3 stages of reversal, what would you say this stage, or what this company stage is in? I'll give you guys a second to answer. Okay, this is all for you. This is all educational information for you to learn. What is it? What stage are we in? Are we in the rejection stage, the consolidation stage, or the confirmation stage? Anybody? We're in the consolidation phase, right? We're in the consolidation phase. Now, from a smaller scale, you can say, oh, well, it's in the confirmation period because it had this little bit of a rejection, it had some consolidation, and then a confirmation of it going up. Yes and no, right? Yes and no. Like on a 4-hour chart, this would make sense. Rejection period, consolidation period, confirmation period. But what happened here was it had a confirmation, a quick rejection, consolidation, and a quick confirmation. So, and this can go up. It just broke resistance levels, so this can technically continue to go up. It can find support, and this can start going up even to highs of $2.30 to $3, right? It is possible. This could technically be a confirmation period. But on the 1 day, I'd say it's more of a consolidation period. Look at the channel that it's trading in. It's trading between 150 and 240. So what happens when you think it gets up to 230 or 240? I think it's just going to come right back down. It's going to hit these levels, lock in some profit, another 10% or so, and then it's going to come right back down. And that's okay. Take the opportunity. If you see that this is a great opportunity, that you can't go wrong, and it makes sense to you, by all means, take the trade. That's not what I'm here to do. Not here to tell you what to buy or sell. But in my mind, I would have loved to buy in a little lower. I would have loved to buy in at 160. You know, between 160 and like 170, 180 maybe is pushing it, because 180 is about right here. But at 180, you would have at least had the confirmation that, okay, this is a strong support here. This green 100-day moving average, it is a strong support. It's acting as a support right now. So, you know, I'm going to buy 10 or 20 shares down here. I'm going to buy 10 or 20 shares when it breaks out. Maybe I'll sell some up here. Wait for it to pull back. Has areas of validation showing support. Buy here, buy here. Before you know it, you have 100, 200, 300 shares. And now it's starting to go up. You have a great average between 160, you know, and 180. Your average might be 170. And then at 170, it would make sense. Okay, cool. I got a nice average. I can let this ride up, and you'd be up 23% right now. So great call out off to Books Money Lifestyle. Great call out on that one. We're going to add it to our companies. We have over 60 companies that we like to watch, and some of them are, of course, from me. A lot of them are from you. So if I put your stock on our stock 2024 watch list, do me a favor and just, remind me every so often, every couple days, every couple weeks or whatever, remind me that we have it on our watch list, and I'll be more than happy to go over it with you. A lot of these companies are from subscribers and members of the community that seen potential. And I like to watch them as it goes. Chewy finding some, a channel of support and resistance right now. It's on the lower end of that area. So if it does end up breaking up like it did here, it went up 7% in one day. This one's already moving up. It's already up 4%, came back a little bit, but it has a potential to go up 12%. Chewy. Now, I was going to talk about Coney for a second. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Off to Books. You're welcome, man. Anytime. Anytime. I'm glad that you are here, spending a part of your day with us. And remember, we do this every single morning, and you could even go back and watch all my past live streams. If there was a specific day that you watched a recap video where I made $100, $200, I will... you can literally watch that live stream, and sometimes I'll even mention it, like, hey, this was on, February 29th, go watch it. You can go watch past live streams as well. I save them all, record them all, and they're all public access. Like the day I traded GME, GameStop, I traded GameStop, and that was live. And that was a lot of fun. It was a crazy day. I remember waking up at like 2 a.m. because in my area, the market opens that early. And woke up again at 4, woke up again at 6. Like, I'm just going to get up. Got up at, I think it was like 5:30, and ended up making over $230 or $250 in like an hour. It was amazing. I didn't even want to get into the position either. I was like, no, I better not. As soon as I buy it, it's going to start crashing and coming down. So I conservatively bought about $1,000 worth at different increments of time, and was able to make some good profit. It was a 23% move in about an hour. It's really cool. Apple. Look at this, guys. It's getting squeezed. And this is what we were talking. This is what I was looking at yesterday. Okay, can you guys see these lines here? You have this line here, and then you have this downward trend line here. It's creating a wedge, and this wedge is getting squeezed. So what's it going to do? And it's playing off of this resistance level at 219. So this wedge, you don't even really need this wedge, a yellow wedge. But basically, it's had a downward trend, okay? It crossed below what should have been a support level. This should have been a support level right here. It crashed below the support level. So what happens? Support levels become new resistance levels, especially if they're strong, right? Now the EMA is acting as a support level. So you have your not EMA, your MA. You have your MA acting as a support level. You have a downward trend line that has a clear resistance, clear resistance. And then you have your support, your resistance line at 219. So this thing's just getting stuck. Look at it, just bouncing. Two things can happen. This is either going to break out, which it looks like it did just now in the 4-hour candle. It broke past this resistance, which means now it can start showing signs of upward momentum. Whereas if it crashed below this little area, then you would have clearly seen it start selling off. And this is a great tool that I use a lot. Trend lines, indicators, patterns, key levels like support and resistance. This is just getting squeezed so much in this tiny little area. That's what I'm talking about, consolidation. This is a great area of consolidation, has a rejection period, has a consolidation period, and hopefully now we will start seeing this in the confirmation period. Looks like it's struggling a little bit to find those areas. I know it looks like pretty crazy with all my lines and everything that I've drawn, but if we can start seeing some upward direction, it looks like it's already closed. It closed above this resistance level, which now makes it a support level. Now, if this is a strong support level, we can easily see this come down. If it needs to retest support and then go up, okay? And it looks like it did that. It did that actually in this candle right here. It passed, came back down, and it validated that this was a strong support. The EMA, the 20-day exponential moving average, is acting as a support level, as well as the 219 support level. And now it's starting to go up. So now we can see Apple starting to make new highs, potentially. Okay, this could just be a fake out. It did get, there is some more resistance at 220. Do you guys see that right there? You guys see that? Some resistance. So it broke out before, retested, and then came back down. Broke out before, retested support, and came back down. So now we're going to see what happens. Does this break that secondary resistance line at 2020, or does it come back down and get rejected? Very important key information to know before taking a trade, guys. Carvana, huge push up today. Look at that, huge move up. Went up 4% and then came all the way back down. All right. Looks like we've been trading for about 45 minutes. If you guys don't have any other questions, concerns, or stocks that you want me to break down, then this is where I may consider ending the live stream. Microsoft bouncing off that 417 level, potential to make a 12% profit. It's already up a substantial amount from that 417 level. It's already up 2.5%. Very nice for Mara. Neo, not doing much either. Now, Neo is in that buy range. I would say that. I would feel comfortable buying Neo anywhere from 425 to 435. I would feel comfortable with that. And then obviously I would sell around these levels here, as that is a strong support. You can easily see that. Now, last time it bounced, it went up 10%, very easily, 10%. This one from 414 to $5, 21%. So there's money to be made, 11% in 3 days. Almost 9% in 2 days. 6%. So there's opportunity to make some quick money here. Another 9% potentially if it goes from lows to highs. A lot of opportunities in the market right now, guys. Okay, look, here we go. This is selling off. This is exactly what we wanted it to do. It actually sold off all the way down to 139, passing my alert. Now, it did go back up a little bit, but guys, it's faking you out, okay? This can go all the way back down to 115, 120, something like that, because it has done it in the past. From lows of 111 to highs of 210. That's about a $1 move, and it's done it several times over. Several times over it's done this. So if this comes back down, see, it didn't even touch that $2 level. It got to about 196, so not as much movement as it was previously, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm actually going to set this, I'm actually going to create a new one. I know it's a lot of lines, but they're key levels. They are key levels. Now this will act as a resistance as well, kind of a midpoint resistance level, which is fine. Nothing wrong there. And then once this sells off, gets back to that $1 level, you can guarantee I'm going to be buying more. This went up 73%, if I'm not mistaken. 71% in 20 days, which means in 20 days, you could have made $700 on a $1,000 investment. Imagine if you had $10,000, you would make $7 grand in 20 days. And that's what I want to encourage you guys and end the day off with, is just basically understanding yourself. Are you a patient trader? You might be more into swing trading. Are you impatient? You might be looking into 1 minute, 5 minute scalps, 1 day trades, you know, very, very small time slot day trades. Maybe you're very patient. You have time to wait years. Then maybe you want to lean more toward investing, but value investing, knowing when to buy the dip, knowing when to average down. And, you know, target, or let's see, let's look at, let's just look at Google as a whole. If you're an investor, you're not going to want to buy up here at 153 in January, because then you're going to have to wait until April to get right back up where you were. Instead, maybe you're putting money away. Maybe you have a large nest egg. You're buying the dips. You're buying when it's sold. When everyone's scared, that's when you're buying. You're buying at 136. You're buying at 130. You're buying at 127. So when this thing does start going up, you have a very low average. And so when it goes up to highs at 160 and then it pulls back dramatically, you're still up, right? You're still up. And at any point in time from March to where we are now, you could have been in the money at any point, except for now, right? If you would have bought at May at 164, went all the way up to 191 and didn't lock in your profits, even though you're a long-term trader, you're like, oh, I don't want to pay taxes. I'm not going to lock my profits in. It's going to go higher. And then you waited and it came all the way back down. Guys, it's back down where it was in May. April, May, June, July, almost August. So that's 4 months that you watched it go up and then watched it come all the way back down. Now that's okay. You didn't lose any money, right? You're not gaining any money. But why not take the long-term investing approach and kind of switch your mentality to where now I can buy low and sell high? It took me 4 months to get here. That's still a good long-term trade. You sell maybe half of your position up here, lock in profits, have extra money. Then when it pulls back, guess what you can do? You can buy even more shares at the price point you're already at. Does that make sense? So you buy at 160, you sell at 190, you make $30 profit per share, sell half, maybe you lock in $300, $3,000, pulls back, guess what you get to do? You get to buy another $300 or $3,000 worth at the same price point that you bought in April or May. When you thought it was a great price to buy, which it was at the time, sell, buy, rinse and repeat over and over and over again. You're not selling your whole position, you're selling some of your position, and at the same time you're locking in profits, you're growing your account, you're compounding it, and you're not waiting a long time for it just to go up and then back down. Like, oh, I'm up, I'm up $100, $200, $1,000, whatever. But now I'm back down, now I'm broke even. So for months I was happy that it was up. And now the last month, I'm just sad that I lost it all those profits. I didn't lock in profits. I didn't sell a little bit at the top. I didn't do anything. It's just right back where I started. And that's not what investing is. Investing is not breaking even at the end of the day. I heard a cool statistic, and this is what I'm going to leave you guys with, okay? And then we're going to get off the live stream. A cool statistic. 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days or less. It's called the 90-day rule. Or the 90 rule or something. 90% of traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days or less. So the point of these live streams, the point of these educational videos is to encourage you all to conserve your money, to take less trades, to take less risk, because I want you to have more money. I want your money to grow. I don't want it to dwindle. You're like, yeah, well, I used to be an investor until I lost it all. It's like, well, how long did it take for you to lose it? Oh, well, I lasted longer than the 90 days. I lasted a year. Okay, so it took you a year to lose all your money? That's horrible. That's devastating. And then all that time and energy you wasted to learn how to trade, it's detrimental that you learn these key focuses that I literally try to preach to you guys every day. 1, direction must be in your favor. 2, you must be able to understand previous patterns because they do tend to repeat themselves. Not always, but they do. The majority of the time, you'll be surprised how much a pattern will repeat itself. That's why it's called a pattern. 3, identifying key levels, support, resistance, everything in between. You need to know before you take a trade. What's the support and resistance on a 1 minute candle time frame, on a 5 minute time frame, on a 1 hour, a 4 hour, a 1 day? It might look great. It might look like an amazing opportunity on a 1 hour level or a 5 minute level. But when you blow it out to a bigger scale, it's horrible. You're buying at the top. You're buying at resistance, thinking that it's support because you didn't do your due diligence and look at all the time frames to come up with a trading plan to help you grow your money. This is a business, guys. This isn't a joke. This isn't time to play around and just throw some money here and throw some money there and just hope it all works out. That's just gambling. That's guessing. And number 4 is opportunity cost. Making sure you're not risking $1,000 to make a buck or two. You flip it. You're risking maybe $100 to make $500, $600, $700. I have videos on risk management. I have videos on how to consistently grow your account over time. Making 1% a day or even breaking even, you are doing better than 90% of the world. Do you guys know that? You guys know that right now? If you just break even every single month, you didn't make any money, but you didn't lose any either. You just simply break even. You are doing better than 90% of the world when it comes to trading. It's important, guys. This is hard. This is not an easy skill to learn. It's a very hard skill, but it's very worth it. If you could take the time to learn, start growing. I started by making a buck or two. I made like 10 cents when I first started. I was so happy. I was like, I made 10 cents. That was like 3% profit on my dollar, right? On my $3 investment or whatever. But guys, it makes sense. If you could trade with a little bit of money and a limited number of trades, what do you think the possibilities are is when you get over that $25,000 PDT rule? You could be trading thousands of dollars, making thousands of dollars in profits, being consistent, having an unlimited amount of day trades, but knowing that, hey, just because I have more trades doesn't mean I'm going to make more money. Okay, over trading is a real thing. FOMO, fear of missing out, is a real thing. And I want you guys all to take away from this live stream today that your money is the most important asset you have in your account. And sometimes the best position you can take is no position at all. Just because we're day traders doesn't mean we have to trade every single day. We wait for confirmation. We wait for key levels. Just like earlier, I said I waited almost 2 weeks for this company to get to a point where it is to where I feel comfortable buying it. Patience. At the end of the day, it's patience. And so yeah, I appreciate your time, guys. I hope you had a fun time. Hope you saw value in what I'm doing for all of you here. And if you do see that there is value and you want to become a member, simply subscribe to the channel. It's all free. Check out our Investing for Beginners community private group, over 70,000 members. Check out our Discord group where I give you trade ideas and live updates throughout the day. And ask questions, get involved, reach out to me if you have more. I have no problem if you direct message me and ask me questions. I'd be more than happy to help. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time. And remember, let's end the year on a green note. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning, same time, same place.